For crafters and hobbyists, more innovation from Cricut. Welcome back to another Techstination interview. I'm Fred Fishkin. With us from Cricut is Senior Product Marketing Manager Anna Rose Johnson. Great to see you, Anna.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Well, Cricut is a very interesting company at the intersection of crafting and technology. Give us a bit of an overview first, Anna.
Hi, Cricut is, we like to say we like to help you from the beginning of your project all the way through the end of your project. And you were right, it is kind of the crossroads between making and technology. We have taken, and it is our goal to take large manufacturing machinery and bringing it to your desk. And that's what the Cricut Explorer 3 is. It's a tiny CNC machine, basically, that sits on your desk, has a small footprint, but you can make lots of different kinds of things.
About the size maybe of a computer printer.
Yeah, I would say so. That's a good comparison.
So describe for us what kinds of things it can do.
Well, this particular machine, it can cut a lot of different kinds of materials. We say 100+ materials, but really it's anything that you can put into the machine that can fit under the rollers and that the machine can then map out and cut. The kinds of things that you can make depend on your imagination, really. Your creativity is the only thing that will limit you. But some of the most popular things that our customers like to create are things with vinyl. So vinyl decals, for example, I have some planters right here that I have decorated, and that it's really a decal. So you can cut the image out of vinyl, which is a sticker, it has a sticky back, and then apply that to lots of different kinds of things. So think water bottle decals or decals for your phone or your laptop or for your planter. You get to create any kind of sticker that you want. That's probably one of the most popular things that people like to make. Second most popular thing is wearable apparel. So whether that's a custom hat, a custom shirt, a custom tote bag, you get to personalize your life.
Terrific. So what's the story behind the company here?
Around Cricut, or do you want to go clear back to the beginning?
Yeah, I mean, how did this come about? What can you tell us?
So the original company is actually called ProvoCraft. It started many, many years ago, back when I'd say crafting and scrapbooking were really big. But as the market started to shift and the kinds of things that people wanted to make shifted, we branched into more technology. Hence the birth of Cricut. And we were able to merge those feelings of being on your computer and wanting to create into one thing. And what I really love is about how many years ago? Back in 2014, that's when we launched this new version of Cricut, the original Cricut Explorer. And when we dove into this new sort of universe, we started to create a cloud platform. So now, rather than the very manual die cutting process of the predecessors, now you could create images on your own devices and upload those to the cloud and then have the machine cut them. So this really opened up the world of the kinds of images people could cut. No longer were they, pigeonholed into specific images. You could design your own name, write your name out, and now cut that out of vinyl or iron-on or lots of different kinds of things. So that cloud-based platform, I think that was probably the most exciting thing that Cricut was able to dive into in 2014.
Well, the newest, I think, are the Explorer 3, as you said,
yes,
and the Maker 3.
That's right.
So tell us what is new and different in these models and how they are different from each other.
Sure. So the functionality of a Cricut Explorer 3 and Cricut Maker 3 are pretty similar to their predecessors. They can cut the same amount of materials. Like this Cricut Explorer 3 can cut 100+ materials. Maker 3 can cut 300+ materials. But what changed is really under the hood of the machines. So we were able to make the machines go faster, And then cut, because they're able to cut faster, now we can cut longer lengths because the time, we really wanted to make sure that our customers didn't have to spend a ton of time cutting. They want to get to the fun stuff, which is the making, the creating part. So we wanted to cut the time in half. So these new machines, Explorer 3, can cut 8 inches per second. And our predecessor, so the Cricut Explorer Air 2, can cut 4 inches per second. So really you can cut 2 times faster on these new machines. With the Maker 3, the reason why it can cut 300 materials rather than 100 materials is that it has different motors and gears, and it is able to apply more pressure and able to actually pick up and spin the tool rather than drag through material. I don't know if that makes sense, but the Explorer machine, it is based on an XY sort of cutting path, and the blade will drag through your image as it's cutting. With Maker 3, the tool can pick up and spin and rotate around corners rather than drag. So because of that new innovation, now we can cut through things like balsa wood, really thick chipboard, leather, things of that nature that are super fibrous that you can't really drag through and make a clean cut. You have to actually pick up and spin, like an X-Acto knife, for example.
Step us through how it's used, what the user experience is. You're working with an app or software?
That's right. We have an app that is functional on Android, Apple devices, and then your desktop, of course. Because it's cloud-based, whatever you design on your phone, you can then see it on your computer as well. So the experience really is a person has an idea, right? They want to create something. So they dive into the app, whether it's on their phone, whether it's on the computer, and they can search for images in our library to make that idea come to life, or they can upload their own images that they have created or drawn. Then they can manipulate it in the software, resize it, that kind of thing. And then you send all of that information from the software to the hardware, to the machine. In that process of sending, you tell the machine what material you want it to cut. You tell the machine like how you want it to cut on your material, and then the machine proceeds to cut. So in that process, you really are the manufacturer. You are telling the machine all of the ways you want it to cut, right? It is a smart cutting machine, but it relies on you to tell it what kind of material you're cutting. And by telling it what kind of material you're cutting, it will auto adjust how quickly it cuts and the depth it cuts. I really love this feature because I don't want to have to keep that information in my brain. Like, okay, I'm cutting paper, so I want the machine to cut this fast, at this pressure, at this depth. I don't want to keep that in my head. The machine does that all for you. So if you tell it it's cutting paper, it will auto adjust. If you tell it's cutting vinyl, it will auto adjust, and you'll have a perfect cut.
Terrific. And there's a real community that's grown around this. Tell us a bit about that. And that's really a whole big part of the user experience here, right?
Yeah, the Cricut community is something that I've never found it anywhere else. It's a group of like-minded individuals, makers, if you will, who enjoy sharing with each other. They like sharing the projects that they've created. If they have a problem, they're able to reach out to the community. In the community, they all help each other. And we've integrated this into our software, actually. So when you go into Cricut Design Space, you can filter all of the projects that populate. You can filter those by Cricut community projects, which means everything that you're seeing was created by someone like you, someone else in the community, and they have shared their project, their cut files, the instructions on how to make it in this platform, so you can also make it, which is so fun. Like I've met tons of new friends through the Cricut community that now I can see what projects they're making and I can tweak them or, customize them. But really, I started with their project to come to my finished end goal.
And some people are creating businesses using the machines too, right?
Yeah, remember I told you at the beginning, we really tried to take these large manufacturing processes and put it on your desktop. And because of that, we've seen small businesses pop up all over the place. People creating items with Cricut that they sell, and even creating the packaging that they put their products in. So maybe the products that they sell, you couldn't make on the Cricut, but they're making the packaging or the tags with Cricut. There's even a company called Guacamole Airplane. They do all their prototyping with their Cricut. So they figure out how they're going to package their things with Cricut. So they're using it as a prototyping device.
I thought you were going to tell me it can do guacamole, but that
no, it's not food safe. Don't put food in the Cricut.
A lot of fun. So tell us about pricing, where things start, and because you have different machines and different add-ons too. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I mean, pricing is all over the place. So I would look at your local retailer, but it's in the $300 price range to start out. And really, that's the base price. But if you want to create other types of things, to your point, like you need the materials, you want vinyl, you want iron-on. If you have a maker machine, you'd want some of the other tools like a rotary blade that can cut through fabric. And those are extra on top of the price of the base machine.
You have a machine also that can do coffee mugs, etc.
Yes, actually, I was just taking a drink out of a mug that I made. It's called our mug press. And yes, it's really fun because you use the Cricut to cut out your design or to draw your design. The machine can also draw. And then you apply that to the mug, put it into the mug press, and the mug press heats up and actually transfers the ink from what the Cricut cut out to the mug. It's like magic.
Sounds like a lot of fun. So for more information, the best place to go is where?
Definitely go to Cricut.com. We have tons of information there, but we also have a YouTube channel with videos showing you all of our machines. And I recommend going to YouTube first because it also will help you figure out which machine you would like. So to the point, we've talked about our Cricut Explorer 3 and our Cricut Maker 3, but we have other machines too. We have a smaller machine called the Cricut Joy. We have the mug press, which will help you make mugs. So lots of fun. Start on our YouTube channel to find out which machine is right for you.
And it is spelled Cricut.
Yes.
Anna Rose Johnson, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you for having me.